Today's case is about a young woman who vanished after a party near a remote campsite, and how investigators spent more than a decade trying to figure out what happened to her. In May of 2011, 20-year-old Maddie Scott went with friends to a small gathering near Hogsback Lake. It was supposed to be a normal night. There was a bonfire, music, drinking, and around a dozen people hanging out near the campsite. According to friends, Maddie seemed completely normal that evening. Nothing about her behavior stood out. As the night went on, people slowly started leaving the party. Some headed home. Others left with friends. At one point, Maddie's friend offered to stay with her overnight at the campsite, but Maddie reportedly said she'd be okay, staying alone, and planned to leave in the morning. That decision would become one of the most haunting details of the entire case. The next morning, friends returned to check on her, and immediately something felt wrong. Maddie's truck was still parked near the campsite. Her purse was inside. Her tent was still set up. Most of her belongings were untouched, but Maddie herself was gone. There were no obvious signs of a struggle. No nearby footprints. No clear evidence showing where she went or who she may have left with. At first, some people wondered if she simply wandered off or accepted a ride for someone after the party ended, but her family quickly pushed back against that idea. According to those closest to her, disappearing without contacting anyone was completely out of character. As concern grew, search teams flooded the area. Police dogs searched the woods surrounding the lake. Helicopters scanned nearby roads and remote areas. Volunteers spent days combing through thick brush looking for any sign of her. But investigators found almost nothing, and that's what made the case so unsettling. It was as if Maddie had simply vanished during the night. Over the years, the case became one of Canada's most widely followed missing person investigations. Her family refused to let people forget her. They organized searches, hung posters across towns and highways, appeared in interviews, and continued pleading for answers year after year. Then, more than a decade after Maddie disappeared, investigators announced a major breakthrough. Human remains had been discovered on a rural property connected to a man already known to police. The announcement shocked the public because for years, the case had felt completely frozen. Investigators later arrested a suspect in connection with Maddie's disappearance and death. And honestly, one of the most chilling parts of this case is how ordinary the night began. Just friends hanging around a fire near the lake. And by morning, one person was gone without a trace.